Well, good evening. Good evening. Thank you so much for your patience. We're so excited about you being on this call tonight because you are very, very special to the person that invited you. Uh, we've got some very exciting information we're about to share. And I know you're going to be impressed because you're the kind of person that likes to get things done. You like to make things happen. You like to win. And that's why you've been invited to this call tonight. Let me introduce myself to you. My name is Verdita Monk, and I've been a part of a company called LifeWave International, which you're about to hear about in a few minutes. My husband and I got started back in November, and it has been life-changing. I'll tell you a little bit more about our journey as we go through this presentation, but I just wanted to let you know that we are the kind of people that like to associate with people that are like-minded, people like yourself who are sharp and that are go-getters. And that's why you were chosen to be on this call, because that describes you. And so I'm going to go ahead and share the information. And as we go through the information, you'll be more informed. So the question I want to ask you before we go any further is, have you been patched yet? See, if you've not been patched, then you have no idea what's in store for you. Because when you get patched with this tiny little patch like you see on this lady's arm here, you're going to be elevated. Your whole body is going to be elevated. It's going to reactivate stem cells within your body, and it's going to regenerate everything about you is going to be regenerated. And so that's why we're so excited. And let me tell you why I say that. There's a gentleman by the name of David Schmidt. David Schmidt is the CEO and the inventor. He's the CEO of LifeWave International, and he's the inventor of the patch that we're referring to called the X39 patch. Now, this gentleman is what you may want to consider him a genius because he's had over 180 patents. He's a scientist and inventor, and he specializes in age reversing. So back in 2008, David started focusing his energy and time on stem cell research. This patent took him 10 years to develop and over $4.5 million to bring to market. So you see, we're talking about something amazing, something that's a market disruptor, something that no one else could do except for him. And that's the truth. Let me tell you a little bit more about the patent that he created so you can understand why this is so important. You see, the patent that he created, which is this X39 patch that has crystals in it. Let me tell you a little bit more about that in a moment. But let me read directly from the patent itself. It says that there are embodiments of this patch that, as a result of elevating copper peptide, including activation of stem cells, improvement of energy, and elevation of antioxidants. You see, this is something huge. This is something that doctors and scientists said that nobody could ever do this, but he proved them wrong. So this is how the patch works. It is a proprietary form of phototherapy. It's patented nanocrystal technology. See, right in the center of the patch is something called crystals, nanocrystals. And all that happens is when you put the patch on your body, the crystals, the light of your body reflect off of the light. I'm sorry. The crystals reflect off of the light of your body. And when that happens, it's going to activate the copper peptides that are already in your body. See, we already have copper peptides in our body, but they need to sometimes be elevated. And that's what happens. And when that happens, those copper peptides, when they are elevated, something else happens. Something that's kind of miraculous happens. That's when the stem cells, as we referred to in the patent, the stem cells are reactivated. And so this is a non-transdermal application. There's no drugs in it or chemicals, so you don't have to worry about anything in being invasive or interfering with the medication that you are taking. That's what's so cool about it. And so these products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease or medication. It's just a process called photobiomodulation and phototherapy that does what we're talking about. It does all the work for you. Now, there are some benefits that you're going to probably notice. Many people have noticed the benefits that I'm about to read to you, things such like increased strength. You know, everybody wants to be stronger. Reduced inflammation, which really contributes to most of the ailments that many of us have in our body. Increased stamina, energy, and vitality. And as we get older, you know, one of the things that people experience is, you know, brain fog. So the mental clarity is for me personally has shot through the roof. Restored muscular and skeletal conditions, improved sleep, and improved skin appearance. Now, there are some long-term results that took place because see, David, in order to have a patent, it has to be proven. So there was many case studies, over 80 case studies, just to bring this to market, just to prove that this works. Let me tell you what happened in those 80 case studies. Over 4,000 genes begin to reset in these individuals. Now, why is that significant? That is huge because we know that resveratrol is an ingredient in red wine. And you know what they say about red wine, it helps you live longer, it helps you with your heart. But that only elevates or resets 2 genes. Now, this has been something that doctors are saying only 2 genes begin to reset with resveratrol. But in this case, over 4,000 genes begin to reset in the individuals that were in the case studies. Within 6 weeks, the brain became balanced. You know, when you think of brains being unbalanced, you start thinking about when people have PTSD or anxiety or dementia and things like this. Well, people started seeing some changes within 6 weeks. Within 3 months, the collagen began to be increased. That helps with the wrinkles and things like that. People's hair started growing, their nails started growing longer. Within 6 months, people's heart began to reverse in age. Now, do you know that they're saying that with this patch, every 6 months that you wear this patch, your heart is going to reverse by 8 years. Now, that's really significant because, you know, it's not just the fact that the cells of your body are reversing, but different heart conditions that we experience is because our heart has not been able to heal itself. So the patch really just does a reboot to your body and makes it heal itself. So this is, you know, not anti-aging that we're talking about. It's age reversing. So once again, these products are not intended to diagnose, cure, or anything. It's just that they're doing what they do. They're rebooting your body and helping it to do what it needs to do. So how do you wear this patch? The way you wear this patch is very, very simple. Let me explain. If you if you can imagine on the back of your neck and bend your neck forward, there's a bone that pops up called the C7 vertebrae. That's one of the locations that they used in the case studies. Or they put them below the belly button. Now, you're not restricted to those 2 locations, but they were just trying to be consistent in the case studies. And so those are the locations that are on this diagram, but you can literally put it anywhere on your body. You can, you know, if you hurt somewhere on your body, you can put it there, but you just wear it 12 hours on and 12 hours off, and then allow your body to repair and rejuvenate. Then you're just going to throw the patch away. And when you, you know, the very next morning when you wake up, you're going to do it again. I like to do mine at 8 a.m. in the morning, right when I'm brushing my teeth. And then I do it again at 8 p.m. before I go to bed. And so you want to drink plenty of water because your body is going to start detoxing. And so that is very, very important. And if everybody could mute themselves, we won't hear the background noise. Thank you so much. Okay, thank you so much. Let me go to the next slide. Now, this technology, you guys, is so sophisticated. It's so sophisticated, but yet so simple to explain because we have testimonies that just demonstrate some of the things that when we say that things that will have started happening to people that we cannot explain. Let me back up a little bit because I want you to understand. There's something that many people are turning to, and that's stem cell injections. Why do they do that? It's because the doctors have been working on them for years and not able to solve the problems with their body. Matter of fact, we have many physicians in our company, and the reason they have partnered with our company is because they were impressed with what this technology is doing for people. And so when the thing about injections are that they sometimes it's just not the safest way route to go. Sometimes they don't even work. They are not covered by your insurance. Very expensive. They can range anywhere from $5,000 to $100,000 per injection. So I'm not sure if many people feel comfortable going that route. This is why the patch is so important, because it's a more first of all, it's much more reasonable, very affordable, almost the price of a cup of coffee, and it's very, very effective, as you're about to hear. So what I'm going to do right now, I'm going to let you hear a live testimony from someone who, I mean, has had some incredible results. She was experiencing something that obviously doctors could not help her with for years. And so I'm going to ask Ms. Tiffany Smith, would you please come on and share your powerful testimony so we can put some belief into these people. There you go.
Hi, good evening, everyone. I am so excited and so grateful for this patch. It had literally has changed my life. My friends call me the girl in the bubble. I was dealing with so many issues. Growing up, I fell off a moving car and had nerve damage, severe nerve damage on the left side of my body, from my leg all the way to my intestines, all the way down to my ankle, and it affected my walking. I would just drop. I couldn't always feel my foot, the temperature, and my calf atrophied. There's nerve damage in my thigh. And I also have polycystic ovarian syndrome. And then I had some mold exposure. And when you have mold exposure, it literally takes your body about 10 years to recover. And I lost all my strength and I was bedridden for half a year. And I still hadn't gotten my strength back. And that was in 2016. And if by the first of the year, I could still barely only pick up 5 pounds, So this patch has, from the mold, my lungs were compromised, and my body is now able to repair my lungs. My lungs are clear. I was throwing up the mucus, as she mentioned, some of the benefits of detoxification. My lungs started detoxing, and I was purging the mucus from my system, and then I could breathe. It was so bad that I couldn't go in grocery stores at one point. I was having a reaction to everything. The doors opening. I'm severely allergic to almonds and bananas, and so I couldn't go in the grocery store. I mean, I couldn't even go in the candy aisle. I had become so sensitive, and I developed multiple sensitivity syndrome. And so I'm just like, gosh, this is amazing. When I realized my lungs were clearing and I was breathing and I could go in, because it cost me to shut down one of my businesses because I was going in to salons and all the products were bothering me, things that I had sold over the decades, and I just couldn't handle it. And so now I've been on the patch since, well, this is my seventh month. And I feel like I have been given a new lease on life. I'm stronger. I can work out now. I am doing, when I say some crazy workouts, it's intense workouts where I do 5 rounds of 40 reps, 30 pounds. I'm hitting these exercises so crazy and and feeling so strong. I do my rebounder. I could do 30 minutes on the trampoline. I'm just doing crazy workouts. I'm getting strong. I'm strong. Let me just say that. Yeah, I'm strong again. And I used to be a gym rat, and I used to squat 350, and I lost all my strength. And I know how Samson feels. And I'm just like, this is so incredible. My calf my calf is coming back. My ankle is, the flexibility's there. I mean, I used to drag my leg, so I can get on my tippy toes now. I mean, this is some amazing things happening, and I can literally feel that my immune system is stronger. So when those allergens are present, my body, I can tell that it's protecting me. It's guarding me. And so the strength, the energy is up. My memory from the mold exposure, I lost like 7 to 8 years of time. My memory is coming back. My gosh, I'm getting flashes of like photographs, when I'm looking for stuff. This is so intense. And because I have a granddaughter and I want to make sure I'm here and I'm strong for her, and she's only 2, and here I am struggling with all these issues. I need to be able to move, and I take care of my parents, and I needed my strength. And so I got my strength back, and I can just do more. And I have not felt this good probably since I was 15. And this is truly amazing. When you try the X39, that performance bundle, this thing is changing. It's changed my life. And I know one thing for sure is that I'm on these patches for life. So 6 months in, that means my body is younger now, and I feel like I'm looking younger now. I'm losing weight with the patches. It's just been absolutely incredible. This is a true game changer. I am forever grateful for Lester Berry for introducing these patches to me. Back to you,
Wow.
Vanita.
And before you go, Tiffany, I just want to ask you one question. When you had that, can't remember what you called the syndrome with the lungs. What were the doctors saying, and what could they do to help you all those
They
years?
couldn't do they couldn't do anything. They didn't believe me, number one, and I was allergic to the albuterol. The albuterol, when I would have to, they would say, well, use the inhaler, take the albuterol, and I was allergic to it. And they were like, I've never heard of anyone being allergic to albuterol. That doesn't make any sense. So I was literally in a doctor's office, had a reaction, and he wanted to see what I was talking about. And I took that albuterol, and it literally felt like somebody was beating with me with a bat. So when he saw me jumping and everything because of the way the reaction was coming to it, oh, get her a breathing treatment. I said, so you had an alternative for me, but you wanted to watch me suffer. This is, this thing has just been overwhelming because it limits my ability to move around and go places, to be with people. I'm an extreme extrovert, and I couldn't be around people because of their fragrances. So imagine not being able to hug people. That's hard. And I can do that again. And I'm just grateful for the little things we take for granted every single day, as simple as hugging somebody. But their fragrance, the product in their hair, their lotion, all those things were just like cutting my air off, shutting me down, and I would be
Wow.
blacking out.
Wow. Well, thank you so much, Tiffany, for making
Welcome.
it clear and helping everybody understand how powerful this patch is. And just, I'm so happy that you got your life back. I've heard you say that before, that you got your life back. And so, you guys, I
Yes.
hope you understand just an example of what we're talking about, how this has changed Tiffany's life, and it's helping a lot of people. This tiny little patch. You can stop your screen, Tiffany. Thank you. This tiny little patch is about the size of a quarter, and it's thin, just like a band-aid. You just stick it on anywhere in your body, and we're having fun because don't you feel good about what you heard Tiffany say? I mean, I will say this, that's what we mean when we say that. That's why I asked her the question about her doctor, because most doctors don't even know what to do about something like that. But guess what? This patch, remember, it's so sophisticated. It's so intelligent. It goes to the weakest point and it knows what to do. And so I'm going to tell you a little bit about my husband and why we got so excited when we heard it. Now, the gentleman that introduced this patch to us is a friend of ours by the name of Ken Robinson, and he told us he wanted us to try this patch. And I really didn't really know what he was referring to, but we were literally about to go out of town, so we had to meet him on the expressway to get the patch. The first night we used this patch, we did it out of curiosity. We don't take any type of medications. We have no illnesses, no pain, no nothing. At least that's what we thought. We didn't, I put it this way, we didn't have any issues that we thought. And so the first night we wore the patch, I slept straight through the night, and that was really significant because it was a deep sleep. But the next morning when I woke up, I noticed that my husband had not snored. Now the reason that was significant is because my husband was a chronic snorer. He choked and coughed when he would sleep and wake up all times of night. This went on for 10 years. And I don't know why it was just recently that I started asking him, could he just please go upstairs, because I could not sleep. One of us was going to have to go out of the room, and it had to be him. And so I didn't realize it was the patch the first night, but the next night it happened again. And then it kept, I said, wait a minute, he has not snored in 3 nights. So we had gotten on a call just like this. Now, there was probably about 3 testimonies on that call, and I got a chance to hear several people, and all of them were so impressive. It was like, what? I mean, the patch was doing unusual things, not ordinary things, unusual things, and unimaginable things. And when you hear stuff like that, it's almost like, are you serious? And so, guess what? We decided that we had to almost like be an ambassador for this, because when you hear this testimony from Tiffany, and when you hear something like that, you can't hold it back from people that you care about. We couldn't hold it back from my aunt who had Parkinson's. We couldn't hold it back from my uncle who had heart issues. And so those are kinds of things that went through our mind, and that's why I'm here, and that's why my husband and I are taking this thing by storm. Now let's get back to the PowerPoint so that you can hear a little bit more information. Now, what I want to do now is let you know, first of all, there's a lot more information that could be shared. I can't go over it all tonight, but there's a website called thisisitinfo.com. If you go to that website, you're going to see those doctors, those case studies. You're going to see doctors' reviews and all kinds of testimonies and things like that. So write that down and go to that site. Let me tell you a little bit about our company now. The company, again, is called LifeWave. And this is a 19-year-old company. I want you to put your business hat on right now, because this is the reason that you were invited to this call, because we were told that there's some business-minded people that are really looking for something that's a game changer, something that's a market disruptor, something that is going to create a significant income. And so this company is a 19-year-old company. It's been around, like I said, 19 years. And the way it started, David Schmidt, who was the creator that I told you about, who's a scientist, he was commissioned by the federal government for a project that they were doing for the Navy SEALs. And it was a patch that he created for energy. It was very successful. Took 3 years to create it. But ever since then, this is why he has so many patents, is ever since then, he's been creating other types of patches. Well, it wasn't until he created the X39. That's his masterpiece. That's the one that is creating all these testimonies that you just heard about. So what happened? It shot up. The volume, the company was doing 20 million for the first 17 years, up to 20 million. And then all of a sudden it shot up to 320 million in the last 3 years. We're literally well over 400 million. Our company is experiencing about 120% growth since last year. And we've spread to all over 75 countries. So we're opening up new countries as we speak. You could literally, let's say if you know someone in Venezuela or someone in Czechoslovakia, guess what? You can be the person that opened up that country and override all the volume in that company. That is what's happening. We have people on this call right now that have positioned themselves to override countries like Nigeria, in countries like Ghana, just all kinds of third world countries. And it's just moving like storm. You see this growth chart. So this is not a Me Too product, you guys. This is not something that you can go to Walmart or any of the health food stores or some of the other companies that are out there that specialize in health, health supplements and skincare and things like that. You can get those anywhere. We have something exclusive and unique, and that's why you were invited to this call, because you can appreciate that type of exclusivity. Now, what's most important in your life? Is it family? Is it time freedom? See, what we know is that busy people are, they talk about not having enough time. They're always busy. I don't care if you're a doctor. I don't care if you're a carpenter. I don't care. I'm an interior designer. Nobody could be as busy as I am, because I'm telling you, I have so many projects, and it's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of design work. It's a lot of clients that I have to talk to. It's a lot of my mental being creative. It's a lot. So people that are busy, guess what they want to do? They want to free up their time. You know what? I am so excited right now, because mentally I have shifted my mind to say, I want to focus on this, what you're hearing right now, because we're talking about creating residual income. See, residual income means something you do one time, but you can continue to get paid over and over and over and over again. You're going to see some information that's going to explain it a little better. But when you have money, guess what? You have options. You know, my husband and I now, it's exactly what we intended to do because we understood the business model. It's freeing up our time. It's establishing some security because being self-employed, we did not want a chance anything happening with Social Security. We're going to live hopefully a long time, especially now that we're wearing this patch. And therefore, we're already positioning ourselves to not have to rely on Social Security. It's a beautiful thing, and we just got started last November. We're about to travel to some wonderful spots. Our company has a trip to the Greek Isles, all expenses paid, airfare, top of the line accommodations. They also have a trip to Bora Bora. So in this company, not only are we going to free up our time, we're going to be healthy. We're getting rid of our debt. We're traveling. Don't you want to do all of those kinds of things? Not sure what's most important to you, but all of these things, to be honest with you, are equally important sometimes. And so what I want to do right now is I want to shift the conversation a little bit, because I have the pleasure of introducing someone to you that I have a whole lot of respect for. We have so much in common. You know, I told you I'm an interior designer, and I have worked with builders before building homes, but he happens to be an architect and a builder. I mean, this man has it going on. He has times, what do you call them? Not timeshares, but he'll tell you. But he has properties that he rents out and all. I mean, he's big time, hear me, in Houston, Texas. And nobody can explain the kind of money that we have on the table better than him. But he can tell you why he's doing this as well, because he has his own story. But let me introduce to you my visionary partner, Mr. Z Kendrick. Z, you've got the floor.
All righty. Thank you so much. I'm sitting here listening to your story, and I'm very impressed with what you guys got going on. I'm telling you, it's amazing how God allowed all of us to sort of line up together and to see the same view at the same time. You know, I remember some months back, I got the call also from Ken Robinson about this incredible business. And amazingly enough, it was sort of, I was busy being busy. And prior to getting on the Zoom, I remember before COVID showed up, I had a plan, an exit plan to let it go. You know, I've been working this business for 35 years. I love what I do. It's just like breathing for me. And so we made some money, we saved some money, we put together a portfolio, as well as, you know, making sure that everything was lining up. And so before COVID, we thought we were positioned pretty good. COVID hit the ground and shut everything down. And I remember resetting or reevaluating my position. And like Vidita, it's amazing how much we do have in common. You know, I too had an issue with time. It wasn't the money, but it was time. I just could not have enough time to do things that I love to do. Some of you all heard my story in the past. I love to fish. In fact, I'm leaving in the morning at 5 o'clock in the morning for a 4-day fishing trip. I couldn't have done that a year ago. And so Vidita and I, we were talking about what can we do to really stimulate some interest with some of the elite people that we're really currently working with. And so you guys are chosen because you have also the same passion, the same vision to really excel at an accelerated rate. And so I am extremely happy to be a part of your journey and to share with you guys exactly how we can do this together. So if you have any special guests that are on the line tonight, we want you to know that this is not for everybody, and we get that. But someone tapped you, someone shared something information with you that they want you to find out what's really taking place. And so if you allow us to, I want to talk about some money. You know, that's one of my favorite subjects. A lot of you guys know I'm money motivated. I just am, okay? So let me see if I can get the screen. I'm going to allow, you know what, Vidita, yeah, I'm going to need your help because I don't have access to the screen. But at any rate, our compensation plan is a binary comp plan. It's broken into 4 layers. Now, we don't have time to get into all 4 layers tonight, but I do want to highlight 2 of those, okay? What's amazing about this comp plan is that most people don't really understand that you have the power to shift and change and make things happen at your leisure. You decide where your sweet spot should be, you know? So whether you're looking to earn an extra 200 a week or 2,000 a week or 5,000 a week, guess what? We have a compensation plan that allows you to do just that. Vanita, I'm going to go over and see, can I pick up this slide real quick? Hold on, y'all. Hold on 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, that way I can handle the screen myself. Let me go down. There we go. All right. I got it. Can you see it okay?
Yes, you can expand
right.
it if you like. There you go.
Yeah, okay. Excellent. All right. So the binary has two sides, the left side and the right side. Okay. And let me kind of break it down really simple so you guys can really understand the power of the binary. Do you know 4 people overworked, underpaid, or who were looking to be in a position to just feel better? Okay. I remember when I first got started, I did not realize the power of this patch until I started using it. And after I got positioned in the company, I started sharing my patches with people that are closest to me. If I took 10 people and lined them up, right? 10 out of 10 had an issue that they really wanted to get rid of. And I was shocked because no one talked about their pain and things that they're going through. So I think it's relatively easy to find 4 people who are overworked, underpaid, or who just want to feel better. Would you agree with that? So you put 2 of those on your left, you put 2 of those on your right. The ultimate goal is 20 left, 20 right. You're now in a position to earn up to $25,000 per week. Now, let me just pause and let it resonate for a second. I'm saying $25,000 per week. If you calculate it out over the full year, that's $1.3 million bonus. This is extra income. Now, mind you, this is part-time, spare time, anytime. We know you're working a full-time job. We know you're running a full-time business. We know you're overworked and underpaid, whatever you're doing. We know you want to retire soon and don't have any idea what the retirement package looks like. Why? Because no one knows until they check out the very day they want to walk out of the door. And then you realize, guess what? This is not going to work. I was on a call just yesterday with one of my partners in Dallas who had a gentleman on the phone. I've known this guy for 20 years. And this is what he told me. Z, I said, what are you doing now? He said, well, I retired 2 years ago, but I went back to work. Why did you go back? He said, well, I got bored. Now, I'm going to tell you something. Between me and you, he wasn't bored. He realized he needed some extra income because the retirement package wasn't enough, okay? So we can all use a little extra, no matter what you want to do. In my case, I did not want to tap into my portfolio every month to kind of make sure things were keep things going. I created a lifestyle that I really enjoy, but my issue was time, okay? And I knew that my business as a builder, unless you're working on the house or closing on the house, you're not making any money. And that gap in between started getting far and far apart. So I needed a complementary game plan to assist and help me navigate those small expenditures and not really worry about it, okay? So understanding one thing, $1.3 million bonus. Now, folks, my parents were educators. My mom, my dad, my uncle, my aunt, even my grandmother, born in 1898, had a degree. She was also a teacher. And in my house, education was the subject. They said, you will go to school. They said, you will make good grades or else. So I didn't have any choices, right? I knew I had to go get it. But what if you look at this? Anything under a 70 was what? A failing grade. Anything in the 70s, a C. In the 80s, a B. In the 90s, an A. What if you got this 90% wrong? Because you're working, you're doing what you got to do. You're taking care of a loved one. You don't have a lot of time. See, it's not how many hours you spend. It's the quality of time that you spend here, okay? So if you got 1 hour, 2 hours, 4 hours a week, we can put a game plan around those specific hours. But what if you get it 90% wrong and you still clocked in an extra $2,500 per week? That's a $10,000 monthly increase in your budget. Could you find somewhere to put that kind of money? Folks, I'm going to tell you something. There are people who are on this Zoom tonight, a year from now, going to be very, very happy. And then there are people on this Zoom tonight, a year from now, going to be very, very upset. Why? Because they did not understand or take advantage of the opportunities. Opportunities are just that. They are opportunities. If you don't want it, guess what? It just simply says next. I'm giving you a game plan to show you how to raise some additional revenue on a monthly basis. $10,000 hit. Can you find somewhere to put that $10,000? Now, if you like that, you're going to love this. This is my favorite part of the payout, matching bonuses. And my favorite adjective is unlimited, no cap on this, okay? Now, let me kind of give you a scenario. And I'm going to go back to the screen for a second because I love doing this. I'm going to pick someone off the board, and we're going to use that person as an example. So let's just say let's say that Suzette Laws is on the Zoom, right? She sees an opportunity tonight. She sees it. It makes sense to her. She apps up. The very first thing that she does is she contacts Will Benton, right? And she shares with Will about this incredible opportunity. Will says, you know, I'm a businessman. I'm always open for the opportunity. And Will jumps on this thing like flies on, right? 5-6 months from now, Will's doing $5,000 per month. You think Will's happy? You better believe it. Now, get this. Suzette introduced Will, right? She now is in a position to earn 25% of his weekly check every single week. Now, he gets his $5,000, but she gets a check for $1,250. Does that make any sense to you? It does to me. Now, Will contacts William Jackson. They've been partners for, I don't know, several years now, in the same fraternity, all right? They're real close. And William, got excited because Will got excited. He said, man, look, yeah, I'm always open. But now, Will take a look at the business. He sees an opportunity for himself. Guess what? He take off and he's doing $5,000 a week, 4, 5, 6, 7 months from now. Guess what? Suzette doesn't even know William, but she's getting paid 20% on William's weekly check every single week. And then, of course, Will contacts me. I'm living in Japan on an assignment, and I'm always open. I'm money motivated. Yes, if it makes money, it makes sense, it makes money. And so I took a look at it. I loved it. I joined. I took off running. And now I'm doing $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 every single week. And guess who gets paid? Suzette doesn't even know me either, but she's getting paid 20% of my weekly check. Now, folks, it's growing exponentially. There are more people on that third level than the first and second level combined. And once this ball begins to roll, you cannot stop it. It's like an Amtrak train with no gears and no brakes. That it won't stop. You follow my point? Now, what if Suzette shared the same scenario with 5 people and they did exactly what Will did? Are you beginning to understand what's happening here? What if it was 25 people? What if over the next 18 or 24 months, she shared with over close to 100 people? Can you imagine the kind of income that she'd be generating? Now, folks, listen. It doesn't require you to really have this real intimate relationship with this patch. I'm going to tell you why. When I first got started, I didn't have any issues. My blood pressure is in check. I think 118 or so over 73. My cholesterol is extremely low. I take no meds for anything. I'm in my late 60s, right? I changed my diet a few years back. I was jogging 2 miles every morning prior to COVID. And so I wasn't a person that really had any challenges. Okay. And so when I was finally got out of my own way after a few phone calls and a few threatening phone calls from Ken, I got on the Zoom and I saw what I saw. And I heard some testimonials. And that's when I made a decision that I could not pass this up. Now, why am I telling that story? For me, I didn't get a response on this patch for almost two and a half days after I put it on. Okay. And I noticed it was energy that I had not felt in some 20 plus years. And so I also noticed a day or two later after that, it was my sleep that got really good. I was up and down in the middle of the night, either going to the restroom or trying to take notes, but then I needed to do the following day. I didn't want to forget what's required the following day. And so I'm taking these notes just to download my brain. I wasn't getting good rest for a long time. And so after a few days of being on this patch, all that started to start making some sense. My point to you is this. If you understand the value of sharing the information, that's when this will begin to all line up for you. Now, how do you get started? There are 5 ways to get started, but here's what I want you to know. If you're on this Zoom as an invitation, a guest of one of our leaders, and all you're hearing is something about a patch that can possibly make you feel better, I want to encourage you to join the business at the silver position. I'm going to tell you why. This is one sleeve. One sleeve retails for $149.95. You get 30 patches in one sleeve. There's a money-back guarantee after 30 days, but 30 days is not really enough time for you to really get acclimated to this new technology. I'm saying to you, you should do the silver position. Why? You get 3 sleeves for $300. So which sounds better to you? 3 sleeves for $300 or 1 sleeve for $150? You get more time with the product if you're single, 90-day run if you're married, 1 sleeve for you, 1 sleeve for your spouse. No point you feeling all great and your spouse got to still wearing a cane. I mean, you know what I mean? It's an opportunity for you to get more inventory so that you can really get a front row seat on what this technology can do for you in your body. But if you're on the Zoom and you saw and you heard what I saw, this is where you need to start. Diamond. Diamond is our top position, $1,599. I don't know of any business on the planet where you're in a position to override and get paid on inventory or volume from over 80 countries around the world for $1,599. I don't know of any business that allow you to really access the kind of revenue stream, $25,000 in a binary, unlimited income and matching bonuses. There's nothing that I can think of that make any sense to me that's legal that will allow you to access that kind of revenue. There are people on this Zoom tonight, a year from now, will be earning 30 and 40, 60 plus $1,000 per week. And they only spent $1,599. Let me tell you why that's so valuable that you really want to understand why. You see, you get 19 sleeves. 19 sleeves allow you to really hit the ground running. I remember when I first looked at this, this is my anniversary month, by the way. And I remember signing up as a gold member. And within 30 minutes, I had over 65 names written down. And I had this something going on in my brain saying, did you make the right decision? Because I wasn't able to understand why or how I could do what I wanted to do with only 5.5 sleeves. And then it hit me, Z, you need more patches than what's available in that gold pack. That's not going to work. You're going to have a list of at least 200 plus names here by the next couple of days. How can you access those people with no inventory? And so the 19 sleeves is what you're going to need. I'm right. Listen, folks, let me give an example of how important this is. Let's just say that you own a gas station and you have the best location in the city. You got 300,000 cars going by this intersection on an hourly basis, just cars going everywhere. What's the one thing that you never can run out of? Gas. You don't wait until the tank gets low before you reorder gas to supply your customers, right? No, 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 no. There's a minimum amount of inventory that you're going to have always maintained, and you have it on auto, which means when it gets to a certain level, guess what? Your vendors know to bring you some more gas because you can't afford to run out. This is the value that I'm creating for you at the diamond position. Not only do you get the inventory, but you also get 3 months of free auto ship subscription, right? And then on top of that, you're positioned to make more money. Let me explain that to you. When you're at Diamond, you are able to completely tap out the bonus program. We call it PIB. If you were to introduce another diamond, you would earn $500 in the first 90 days. About 8 weeks ago, I had a gentleman come into my business at Diamond around 4:30 in the afternoon. By the following day, by 2 o'clock, he had enrolled 3 diamonds and 1 silver. This gentleman had earned $1,650 in less than 21 hours by coming into the company at Diamond. That's where you need to be. All right. Now, let me talk about this monthly subscription because I want you to understand how important this is. Once you get started, there's a minimum of 1 sleeve per month to maintain your active status in the business. Once you hit manager and above, manager, director and above, then your obligation goes to 2 sleeves a month, okay? Now, I'm currently on 5 sleeves a month minimum, and I'm still ordering another 5 or 6 sleeves on top of that because I can't afford to be out of inventory. I am my own mini warehouse. You see, I maintain a certain amount of sleeves, in a minimum status. So when I get below 10, I reorder again, no matter what's going on. I can't afford to have less than 10 sleeves a month. Now, some of you are saying, well, look, I'm not looking to have another bill. Let me help you with that. You see, in any business, you got to constantly be in a position to make sure you can service your clients, right? My mother, who's now 93 years old, I never forget this, and I love telling the story. When the internet first got introduced to the market, we call it back then the super information highway, my wife and I was explaining to her the value of her getting a subscription and went through all the different layers about paying your bills and staying connected to all information. You're going to find that the newspaper is going to go out of business because everything now is so available to you through the internet. And after we finished discussing all of that, she said, baby, that sounds really good. I would just love to really get a subscription because this sounds like fun to me. Now, I have no problem buying the subscription, but the problem I can't pay that monthly subscription. And so we just died laughing. She said, why are y'all laughing so much? Because you won't have the internet only for 1 month. So can you imagine today not having access to the internet? So guess what? You're paying a monthly subscription to have access, right? You're paying a monthly subscription for your light bill, your water bill, your gas bill, your cell phone. You are already engaged in a monthly subscription arena. We're just saying for you to have access to all this revenue, all you need to do is just maintain a 2 sleeve per month. That's nothing. We don't have any overhead. This is the only overhead you're going to have is 2 sleeves a month for the rest of your career in LifeWave. Folks, if you can grab that, then you understand exactly what we're doing. Now, we have a training system that we're using where we teach you and share with you word for word on how to build your business. And we're talking about leaders now. We're not talking about individuals who are just simply trying to figure it out. You all are self-motivated. Well, that's why you're part of our elite team. You don't need to be coached on how to stay motivated. For me, my time has me prioritizing everything that I'm doing. I couldn't take off a year ago to do what I'm doing now. I couldn't have done this. I couldn't have taken off for 4 days to go on a fishing cruise because I wanted to. Why? Because the business held me hostage, okay? My question to you is this. What is it that's holding you back? What is holding you back from doing the things that you really want to do? Is it time? Is it money? Is it your health? You qualify what that is, but let that be your motivation for making a decision tonight to join this incredible elite team. I'm just delighted to be a part of your journey. And anything that we can do to help you make it happen, we are here to make sure that we line everything up for you. My new job description, I teach and I coach people how to make money in the stem cell industry. And for that, I am forever grateful that someone called me to share with me exactly how I can be involved. And so my goal now is to make sure that we touch lives all over the world. I want to thank you for allowing me to speak and share with you about this incredible compensation plan. And Verdita, I'm going to give back to you. Thank you so much.
Well, you all heard it from like I said, nobody explains that plan like Mr. Z. Kendrick. So, I'm just happy to be partnered with him as well. And one thing that Ken reminded you that you were handpicked, you were selected because you are really sharp people. And so what you also heard him talk about next year. Some of us are going to be making hundreds of thousands of dollars. When I say next year, I'm talking about at the beginning of the year, because what we've got in place is something that is a game changer. We have our own little system that we're working. It's an accelerated version of our comp plan, because we know that you like to make significant money, right? And so I want to introduce you to someone that, we talking about sharp people. This person is one of the sharpest people I know. She's one of the most beautiful, drop dead gorgeous people I know. She's really, really sharp. She has a resume that, is very, very impressive. She is awesome at leading people. And that's why I'm so excited to be partnered with her. She was one of the very first people that my husband and I called, because we were serious about what we're about to do. When you're serious about something like this, think about if you had to put together a basketball team of the sharpest people out there. Would it be Michael Jordan? Would it be LeBron James? Would it be Steph Curry? Would it be the Greek freak of, you know what I'm saying? Those are the kinds of people we're putting together on our team as we speak. And so do you want to be in one of those people? That's why you're invited to the call, because we knew you could handle this information. So what I want to do is I want to step out of the way, and I'm going to let Miss Erica McQueen out of the Atlanta, Georgia area come on and paint a picture for you as to what you really have your hands on, why she's doing it, and how wonderful this is amazing opportunity is. Miss Erica, you got the floor.
Good evening, everyone. And Verdita, thank you so much for that beautiful introduction. And of course, it's just a pleasure to have gotten a call from you and Harvey, just people that I just greatly respect and appreciate. And you know what? You got me. You got me before I could get to you, right? That's the name of the game. Call your influential people first before somebody else tells them about the business, and then they call you. So thumbs up. Great job. Yes, it's always my pleasure to come on and share a little bit about my experience. Many of you know I have been in the health and wellness industry for a number of years. I've been in the direct selling industry. I built large businesses all over the world, and I've also worked in corporate. And I have to tell you that I've been very fortunate to work with the 1%ers of the industry. And there's some things that I noticed that always stood out to me when people were very successful in a business. And so obviously when Harvey mentioned this to me, and then Verdita started sending me information, I started looking at all the videos and the information that she sent me. I'm going to tell you right now, guys, I'm going to tell you what struck me. Of course, we have exclusivity with this product. This is a new product. This was something that I wasn't really that knowledgeable of in terms of stem cell activation. I heard of stem cells with Christopher Reeves and Michael J. Fox, but I was not really that knowledgeable, even though I had helped people, in my opinion, heal from many different issues for a number of years. So that was kind of like a new thing. But the thing that struck me, and you know what they say, one of the things that really touches your heart is how you feel when somebody tells you about a business. And when I was listening to the young lady share her testimony just a moment ago, I felt something. I don't know if you felt something, but I did. I felt her pain. I felt her frustration. I felt how it was affecting her family. And it really touched me that I'm involved with something that could impact someone's life in such a major way. And so when I started listening to those testimonies that Verdita sent me, it was my heart that was listening to the people. I was looking in their eyes. I could tell that what they were sharing was real. And that touched me. That was the thing that really, you know, they say that gut feeling that you have that lets you know that this is something, this is it. That's what I got, guys. And I'm not to be too graphic, but I was in the bathtub watching the videos and I literally just jumped up and said, "Oh my gosh, are you serious?" Guys, I was so excited because I heard people talking about their lives being transformed in a day, in 2 days, in a week. And I knew that we had something hot. I knew this was a red hot trend. I knew that this was something that had mass appeal because I know that everyone, or I learned that everyone has stem cells. And so I knew that in my community, nobody knew about this. And I know that I had major success in another company because of the very same reason. So first to market is extremely big in business, as we all know, with the major companies like Walmart and Amazon and Microsoft. The people that are on the forefront of those businesses, they disrupted so many markets and changed the world. And when I heard about this product, I felt that we had an opportunity to change the world, to change lives, to impact countries where people don't have good health care, help people who can't afford major, procedures, help caregivers who are taking care of their parents and struggling because they're also trying to take care of their children and keep their marriages intact. And so I love people. And when I saw what this product could do, I knew that we were on to something big. And then when I saw that compensation plan, I knew that we could make a very incredible income and help other people, particularly during a time when the economy is on the downturn. We have something, well, guess what? We have something that AI cannot touch. Okay. This is an industry that, and this company, I believe, is going to be around and strong for decades. And at this point in my life, I don't want to keep rebuilding businesses. And so that's the reason, Verdita, that I decided to say yes to you, that those are reasons, but also your leadership and the leadership of all that are involved. I know that they were 7-figure earners. They knew how to build a business. And I like to be connected to people that understand business. And so those are just some of the reasons. I have a whole long litany list of reasons why I said yes, but those are just a few for tonight. And I thank you for inviting me on the call. And I hope that everyone has a great night. Thank you so much. Have a good one, guys.
Well, Erica McQueen, I tell you, now you see why I say all those things about her. First of all, she's so humble. And what she didn't tell you was that she was in a similar company to this, where she had built a team of over 250,000 people. That just shows you that she has insight in what it takes and what it really feels like to be successful. Those are the kinds of people that we have surrounded ourselves, you guys. You're going to benefit from the coaching and the training of Erica McQueen. You're going to benefit from the coaching and training from Z Kendrick. You're going to benefit from the coaching of several other leaders that are literally on this call. All of them are capable of doing exactly what we just did. We're just happen to be the ones talking tonight. Know that we know what we're doing. Know that you're going to get there if you partner with us. And also know that, we're going straight to the top of the company. Now, listen, please get back with the person that invited you to this call. Let them know you're ready to get that diamond pack, because you want to make all the money on the table, because we didn't tell you all the benefits of the diamond pack, but there are a lot of benefits to getting that, because you deserve it. Listen, this call is recorded and we will get it out to you for your distribution. Thank you so much. We enjoyed having you this evening, and we'll see you soon.
Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Anybody there? I'm not getting any sound. I'm not seeing anyone. Hello, hello, hello. This is Alita.
Alita, the meeting has ended. I just been sitting
Oh,
here working on my computer.
oh my God. I'm thinking it came on at
We,
8 o'clock. I just got off a call with my cousin.
yeah, we ended. Meeting is ended. Those of us are sitting here probably working on their computers. I'm working some stuff and forgot to leave the meeting.
Oh, well, I done missed it then. I thought it was my central time was at 8 o'clock.
No, standard time is Eastern, and yeah, we started at 7 o'clock your time.
It was set. I was an hour off. Okay, I'm about to watch that a little bit better. I'm sorry, I missed it. That's okay. Maybe next time.
Oh well, yeah. Are you already here, or you come, or you're a guest?
I was coming. It just sent me a Zoom, but it just said on mine. I'm gonna say what it said on mine. Cause I gotta get
Well,
down this time. It says 7
I'm
p.m. Pacific, 10 p.m. Eastern, but it didn't say Central, so I'm thinking it was at
okay.
8.
Yeah, a
I'm
lot
off.
of times we do have a 10 o'clock call. So I would tell you to come back on if you're on Central Time, come back at 9 o'clock.
Try 9 and see if I come in.
Yeah. Yeah, a lot of times on Thursday night we do have a 9 o'clock call. I just don't know. Does someone invite you?
It's coming from you. This is Elsie.
No, this is Beth Daniels.
Oh, hi, Beth. No, I got one from Elsie. Yeah,
Yeah, check with Elsie.
because
Check with Elsie.
it just shows 7 Pacific, 7 PST, and then 10 Eastern time. But I'm in Texas. That's what's throwing me off.
Okay, so yeah, she invited you to the 9 o'clock call. You're 45 minutes early.
Okay, so it's at
We just
9.
haven't hung. Those of us on here right now, we just forgot to hang up because I was working on three things. I'm working on something on my laptop. I've got two screens,
Okay. Okay, well,
and
thank
I'm
you
working
for
on
letting me
something on
know
my
that.
phone. So yeah, you're just 45 minutes early, and you can log on about 5 minutes, 5 or 10 minutes early. They usually bring it up before time.
Okay,
Usually good
thank
about
you.
starting early.
Okay, thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.